All right, today, third Saturday of the month, Legal Standpoint with Michael J. Todd and also with the commish, Ed Gray. I know we're a little bit behind. We usually kick it off at 4 o'clock, but sometimes little gremlins kind of pop up, and we just have to deal with that a little bit. So it's been a little while. It's been a while since we talked. Had a lot of stuff that's been ongoing in the political world, the legal world, just life itself. What they say, life is just life.
Yeah, life and is life.
Life and is life.
Life is life. Like in the day, life is just life.
Yeah. So hey, man. I mean, how you been doing, Ed?
I've been doing fine. I'm still trying to do right now. I'm trying to get this to be restreamed over to you. So,
Really?
we just keep talking right now. We just try to go ahead and deal what we have to deal with.
Right. I see my man Calvin Johnson is tuned in. We want to give Calvin as much strength as he needs and let him know that he's definitely in
Absolute
our
prayers.
He lost his brother this past week. And if you remember a couple of shows ago, we talked about how he had lost his aunt and his cousin. So it's been a hard situation for him. But, we love you, Calvin, and we, hope that the peace and love of God is with you, man, along with the strength that God gives. So if you need anything, always call upon me or Ed as it relates to your time of need. Yeah, so you straightening us out over there, man?
I'm just keep going. We're just gonna keep going.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
And this time, you have to tell our pastor over at your church the reason why I'm looking down at my phone, because he got on me about that. He said you keep looking down at your phone, man. I had to explain to him I'm just trying to coordinate. So each time I look at my phone, Pastor, I always look. You must have that problem at your church all the time where people be looking.
No.
Because this show was getting on me about that.
We had a church meeting, a church retreat today over at New Hope Baptist Church.
There we go. See, we throwing them plugs in there. That's what we got to do.
Oldest African American church in the city of Dallas.
So, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Pastored by Reverend Dr. Damian Williams.
That's right.
So y'all come on out to Sunday service tomorrow.
The only man get me to put my phone down. That's why when I'm at Friendship West, I normally sit in the balcony because I know
nobody.
Can't get me up there.
Yeah. now you know what? Now you trying to position yourself to do wrong in church.
Hey.
What kind of situation is that?
Hey, you're an attorney. Can you get me out of this?
I can get you out.
All right, good.
You got my retainer?
There you go. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
But man.
But you know what? If I was one of Donald Trump's friends, I could get a pardon for that. Really?
You could get a pardon. I mean, that's a perfect segue into all
That's
this.
What we do.
All this corruption.
That's what we do.
That has been going on
That's
in
what
the
we
United
do.
States of America, and it emanates from the White House.
From the White House.
Well, half the White House, because they tore down one half
yeah,
of it.
That's right.
Yeah, the East
That's
Wing.
right.
Yeah,
East Wing gone.
Yeah. But all this corruption. How much corruption can the country take, Ed? How much?
Not as much as we will be taking tomorrow.
What's happening tomorrow?
Because we would have been taking it a day, so now we have to ask that tomorrow.
Right, and then the day after that. And after
yeah,
that.
You got it.
It's spellbinding, man. It's spellbinding. Because the thing is this: we've got so much corruption coming from the White House that the question is that when are the American people
gonna wake up?
When? Let's talk about now. What kind of corruption we got? He started out early with corruption, right?
Right.
You remember? I mean, it seems like it was so long ago, but it just wasn't that long ago. But you remember when he was going to get the jet from Qatar?
Right.
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 And so the jet was worth $400 million, and they were going to give the jet to Trump, right?
Right.
Now, it's supposed to be Air Force One, so if it's going to be Air Force One, then that means it would be a property of the United States.
Correct.
However, he worked out a deal where the jet is supposed to be given like Ronald Reagan's airplane was to his library.
Knowing he can't read,
right.
Knowing he don't read.
But the difference is Ronald Reagan's airplane was used as an exhibit in his library.
But he's going to be riding
He's
around
gonna
in
be
it.
flying around in this jet.
Yep.
Now you might think, well, hey, look, Qatar gave it to him. It's $400 million. You know, we would have bought we would have bought one of these jets. So he really saving us some money. No, 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 because guess what? It's going to take
How much?
$1 billion
That's with a B.
with a B to retrofit this jet to make it suitable to be Air Force One. That's taxpayer money.
Coming from you and me.
You, me, and everybody else. So why are the taxpayers paying $1 billion for a jet for him to be able to ride around on after he leaves the presidency, if he goes?
If he goes, he's supposed to be gone.
Yeah, he's supposed to be gone, but you know what? He talking about a whole lot of stuff. We're gonna get rid of mail-in voting. We're gonna get rid of early voting. I mean, he's trying to get all the voter rolls from from the different states. So yeah, if we have an election, it's gonna be something that's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna have to see. But that's just the beginning of the corruption. Do you know how much Trump's net worth has increased since January of this year?
How much is that?
You know, he said he was a billionaire before.
That's
right?
what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
He definitely is now. You know, Mike Bloomberg said he wasn't a billionaire.
Mike did say.
He said Mike said that he has something that Donald Trump doesn't have. And they asked him what was it. He said $1 billion.
$1 billion. Yeah. I like Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is this. Donald Trump's net worth since January of 2025 has increased by $3 billion.
Wait a minute, $3 billion?
Yeah, $3 billion. You hear what I'm saying?
So he's now worth $1 billion.
Well, they say now he's worth $7 billion.
$7 billion.
$7 billion. Now, let's think about how is the president who getting what, $300,000-$400,000 a year on his salary, right?
Right.
How has his net worth increased by $3 billion? And we talking about from January, what month is this? November?
November.
So we talking about 10 months,
10 months.
right? Ain't even the 20th yet of this month, right? So how has it increased? Well, he says he's a real estate developer. And so his boys, Don Jr. and Eric, they're going around and they're still controlling his business as it relates to real estate development. They say that he doesn't have anything to do with it, that Don and little Eric, that they're handling everything, all right? What have they done? Don and little Eric, they have gone over to the Middle East. They have set up a deal where they're going to have a luxury hotel in Dubai. And all of these things that are in the Middle East are connected to the governments that are there, that are putting up the money, and they're doing licensing deals where they slap Trump on it, say it's a Trump branded hotel or whatever, and they're getting millions and millions and millions of dollars. Luxury hotel in Dubai. Can you believe that?
So it's going to be a Trump hotel in Dubai.
Dubai, right? But we're not going to stop there. He's got a high-end residential tower.
So he's not selling vodka like he used to and steaks like he used to.
We're
back
not.
in the
Well,
day.
he probably still doing that too. You know.
That's how he got started, selling steaks.
Yeah,
and-
but it's not like he stopped.
so now he's doing like that with countries and stuff like that.
Correct.
Okay.
And so he has a high-end residential tower in Saudi Arabia that they have started.
I'm seeing a pattern here. Everything is in the Middle East and with oil.
Right. And what is he doing? He's like, hey, we got to keep pumping this oil. Forget this climate change stuff. We're not concerned about solar and wind. Those are bad things. But we want to make sure that this oil, we're dependent upon not only the United States, but this world is dependent upon oil while I'm over here making the deals with the oil boys. All right? So high-end residential tower in Saudi Arabia, right? A villa complex with a golf course in Qatar. Now, you've heard of Qatar before, right?
I got a question. That's in the Middle East, too?
That's in the Middle East, too.
Thought so.
Yeah, yeah. And all of these deals.
Nothing is happening here in America where you talk about
No.
all this stuff coming to America.
No,
and,
but we got some stuff coming into America, but that's going to be our next phase of how the corruption is ongoing. But we talking about the real estate right now.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And
Break
all
it
of these
down.
things. Now, those were just three deals that I've outlined here that are in the Middle East.
And how many dollars you say he $1 billion now?
He has increased his net worth by $3 billion.
And you gave
Three places.
$1 billion
But there's a
place.
total of about 6 in the Middle East that the Trump organization has entered into agreements. And you got to understand, these Arab countries over there, they got plenty of money, right, because of the oil.
Right.
And a lot of them have what they call like a sovereign wealth fund, meaning that the ruling individuals within that country have access and control over billions and billions and billions of dollars that they use for development and things of that nature. So it's not like in the United States where you allegedly have people who are, buying a building and things of that nature.
I like when you talk lawyer.
Allegedly, yeah, because
Because that's we haven't proven it.
Yeah, we haven't proven it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But the thing is that so he's basically cutting these deals with government entities. You follow me?
Yeah.
And so let's say I go over and I say, hey, look, I'm cutting this deal for the luxury hotel in Dubai.
Right.
And then I say, okay, I'm going to go on and give y'all the branding rights for this, right? And then they say, okay, well, we're going to go on and put $100 million on you. So what does that mean? That means, hey, look, man, the people in Dubai, y'all favored nations. Y'all need something, just let me know.
Holler.
Right.
So holler at your boy, right?
Like, didn't I say that one of the places was Qatar?
Yeah. That's the airplane.
Yeah. That's who gave him the airplane. But guess what? Qatar gave him the airplane. They got this villa complex and golf course going up. And then when Israel bombed Qatar, you remember that?
Yep.
Who was hot about that?
Qatar was.
Not only Qatar, Trump was.
That's the only time he was mad at Israel?
He was mad at Israel, man.
So you mean he wasn't mad at Israel because it was like wrong for them to do that?
No, man. Well, he tried to make it sound like it was wrong, but it just sure is funny.
Oh man, I was on his side.
But wait, it's just funny
No, I
that
wasn't.
it's just funny
Never on his side.
that with that particular country, when they get bombed by Israel, when Iran got bombed, he was like, "Hey, man, that's good."
Not only that, he helped him do it.
Helped them do it. But then when it's Qatar, it was like, "Whoa, what are we doing over here?" These are my boys. They gave me the jet. Imagine what that phone call was like when Qatar called. We just got bombed, man. What? I give you a jet and cool you out with a villa complex and golf course, and I'm getting bombed? What's up with this?
Nah, that wasn't a good phone call.
No.
So I bet when he called Benjamin Netanyahu, that wasn't a good phone call.
No, it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't. It's probably one of those Michael Corleone calls.
So
I've got business with Qatar that I do not need to be interrupted.
yeah. Yep.
But that's just some of the real estate corruption, all right? Now, in the first Trump term, when they were dealing with crypto, Bitcoin and all that stuff, Trump was against Bitcoin. He's like,
I know he was.
What's
He
that
was.
about?
He was against it.
And this Bitcoin, I'm not gonna say that I'm real versed on how you get your money off this thing. I have friends tell me, man, I got 500,000 in Bitcoin.
They have 500,000.
Yeah, I've had friends tell me that.
For real?
I had one friend tell me he had 15 million in
15
crypto.
million in
15 million crypto. So then I said, well, if you got 15 million, man, why don't you just go and cash it out? He said, if I cash it out, I only get about 7 mil.
So then you don't have 15 million.
I was like, well, you know what I told him? 7 mil, a whole lot of money. If you cash it out, cash it out.
Well, how much did he put in?
Your guess good as mine.
It wasn't no 7 million.
No, I doubt it very seriously.
Yeah, okay. So now tell me about now if he put it in Trump's crypto. He got crypto now?
Oh,
too?
yeah. So the thing is, first term, Trump was against crypto.
Right.
as he comes into his second term, you know, he starts making inroads to the libertarians, to the folks that are dealing with the crypto, things of that nature, where he says, hey, look, I'm cool with this crypto. Now, of course, at first, I was like, all right, well, he's doing that because he's just trying to get the votes. Because, you know, he'll say anything.
Yeah.
You know, just to try to get what he wants.
But what politician won't?
Yeah, I know, but it's
different with him.
It's different from him. I mean, it's different from him.
It's different with him.
Yeah, it's different from him.
It's like politicians be going like, you know we lie, but he lying all the time.
All the time. You know,
I tell the truth some of the time.
I know.
But he all the time.
All the time. So the thing is, so he was like, hey, look, you know, I'm down with crypto. I'm working with the crypto, this, that, and the other. But what he did, he came up with 2 crypto currencies himself.
He ain't got his picture on it.
Yeah, he got his picture on it. Call it Trump coin.
He like coming to America. The boy got his own money.
He got his own money. He got his own money.
Well, Donnie, you a wild boy.
Right. So let's see. Okay, with this crypto, you might say, okay, I got this coin, and this coin's worth $15 million, right? And somebody comes in and says, okay, I think that coin is worth $15 million. So they give Trump's company $15 million.
Right.
All right. Now, my whole thing is that if you telling me it's $15 million, then I should be able to go to the bank and be able to, you know, cash it out for $15 million. But that's not really how crypto works. You got to get somebody else. It's not backed by the government or anything. It's not tied to gold or anything like that. You just got to find somebody else who thinks it's worth $15 million.
And that's how you get your money.
Yeah, that's how you get your money. That's my understanding.
So you got to find someone who says your $7 million is worth $7 million in order for you to get your $7 million.
Right.
But
you know what it's kind of like? You know, I like art.
Right.
I collect a little art, right? And so I might buy a piece somebody might say is worth $15,000, right?
Right.
Well, it ain't worth $15,000
until you find somebody.
Until I find somebody that pay $15,000.
But you look good having it hang up in your
because
because
I can say, well, that's appraised, you know, so and so and so. But the thing is until somebody walks in and says, Mike, I'll give you $15,000 for that.
Yeah.
It ain't really worth $15,000. Now, if I'm not in a distressed mode where I can just sit back and wait, then at some point over time, somebody may come in and give me that money for it. All right? But to just say, okay, it's worth 15, and then somebody just give it to you. So, but what happens with this, Trump decides he's going to start these meme coins. So rather than just one coin, let's say he got 100 of them.
Right.
And he says they worth 20 million. So people from all over the world have been coming in buying these meme coins. Oh yeah, it's worth 20 million to me. Here. 20 million to me, yeah. And so all of these people have been putting all this money in, and it's just a backhanded way to funnel cash to him. Because he's getting the money. It's his meme coin.
Every time you get on a vital note, the balloons in the background bust. I've noticed that.
Hey, so you've had individuals, I mean, he had a contest. He had a contest earlier this year. Right. Where he told the top, I think it was the top 100 people who've bought his meme coin are going to get invited to a big dinner and be able to meet and talk to him personally. So you had people paying $20, $30 million buying meme coin so they could get there to talk to Don. All the time, he's putting the money in his pocket and giving them a coin with his picture on it. That's the meme coin.
See, we need to go ahead and have everyone in our listening audience and our viewing audience to go look at Distinguished Gentleman, because obviously Donald Trump has looked at it and figured a way how to make some money off of being in office.
Making money, man.
More money, more money, more money, more.
And guess what? He has one of the entities that he set up for his crypto is called World Liberty Finance, I believe.
That sounds like a good.
Yeah, I think that's what it is,
well,
right?
It sounds good.
And so the guy,
that.
you got to know how to set up this crypto market thing and market it and put it out there, right? So the right people will pay for it. So what happened when Don and them set up this World Liberty Finance? They partnered with this Chinese dude.
Oh, that's right. That was dude.
Yeah, and this Chinese dude.
Because his mother, his mama, yeah, said like we're dealing with people from my neighborhood. That's what we call them. Not mothers, but your mom.
Their mama.
Yeah.
T. Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you went back. T. Jones.
Yeah, T. Jones.
Oh, dang. Look at you. Pulling the 70s out on us. It came back.
Hey, by T. Jones.
You went back to the 70s. Come back to us. We're in the 20s now.
That's a term that's really kind of for Dallas,
Yeah.
They don't say T. Jones everywhere.
No, they don't.
No.
You went to Howard University and found that out.
No. I was in Oak Cliff when I was saying T. Jones.
No, I'm
bro.
saying you went to Howard University and found out they don't say T. Jones up there.
Well,
Yeah,
probably,
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know what T. Jones was.
It is.
Yeah.
So he brought his T. Jones.
Right.
Yeah. To he brought his T. Jones to meet Trump, and then he ended up getting a pardon.
Right. That's right. Because he had been convicted of security fraud dealing with his crypto in the last administration. Now, mind you, he didn't have no major time. He was supposed to be doing like 3-4 months, right?
Wait, 3-4 months? That was it?
Yeah, 3-4 months. But they said that he
We got people down in Lew Sterry doing more than that.
Oh, man.
For a lot less. For a lot less.
Misdemeanor. Not my clients, but yeah.
And they can contact you at where? Segue into it, baby. Segue into it.
Hey, 214-630-TIME.
There you go. There we go.
But the thing is,
Perry Mason of the Hood.
So what happened is this dude gets convicted. He then partners up with Trump to run the administration of World Liberty Finance, and then he gets what? A pardon.
That's too clean.
Is that crazy? My business partner is convicted of a crime, but I don't worry about that, even though I'm the president of the United States. I'm just going to pardon him anyway, so now it's good.
And America can't see how wrong this is?
Hey, man, they act like they don't care.
Honestly, they don't. During my first hour, that's what I was saying. Nobody caring anymore.
Right.
There's nobody caring.
Right. And that's not it. I mean, think of this. Just think of what we're talking about. He tore down the whole East Wing.
Yep.
He didn't have any plans laid out with the commissions that oversee the White House.
None whatsoever.
Just tore it down on his own.
You can't do that.
Right. They told him, oh, don't worry about it. You can just tear it down. He tears it down, right?
Yeah, because I believe what he said is some minor stuff we're going to do. How can you have a minor thing when you're building a ballroom? Nothing minor about it.
Right, but on top, I mean, he made it sound, he said that it was not going to touch the existing structure of the White House. And then he tore down the whole wing.
But they knew it.
Well, you know what? I don't think they knew it until the demolition truck showed up and they started knocking the walls
They
down.
had to have known it. But if you say you're going to do it, you have to know he's going to do it.
Well, the thing is this. He sits there and says, okay, I'm going to follow all the rules, right? And then they just come on in and do it the way they want to do it. And then the people sitting over on the sideline saying, well, you didn't talk to us about it. And by that time, the building down. So what you going to do then?
Well, I'll tell you, as a former zoning commissioner, this is what you would do. You would go and get fined for that, and then you would have to restore it back to the way it was.
Okay, you're going to tell the president of the United States that you're going to fine him, and then he's going to restore it back.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, okay.
But it's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Well, you know that ain't going to be.
That doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't. And then on top of that, he does what? He goes and says, "Hey, Mr. Taxpayer, you're not going to have to pay anything," which I know is a lie, right?
Nothing.
But then he raises $300 million.
So he says.
So he says, from organizations that are doing business with the government.
Like which organizations? You have that
like
counsel?
Plantar, right? They're doing all of the platforms for the computer systems and stuff. Google, Amazon, all of these people, NVIDIA, all of these companies, and it was a whole list. He gave like 37 people that were supposed to be contributing this $300 million. So my whole thing is this. You dealing with big money companies and you dealing with billionaires, right?
Right.
Now, these people are going to do what? Do you think, even though they have a lot of money, they're not just giving money away just for the heck of it, right? They're thinking about ROI. You know what that is?
Return of investment.
Return of investment, right? And so the whole thing is this. If somebody's giving him $50 million for this ballroom, you better believe that it is somewhat. It is some type of quid pro quo that is going on. They are going to get something back in return. And it's not just the fact that, he's just saying attaboy. You follow what I'm saying?
I follow.
So the thing is, so we asked, okay, you gave us the names, well, how much? We haven't gotten how much each individual has done, right? And he's going to do everything he can to make sure that we don't know. He'll just say, hey, I'm not responding to that, man. Don't
It's
worry
worked
about
so
that.
far.
Yeah, it's worked great for him.
It's worked so far. Let's turn the mic levels up on this, on level 1 and 2.
And so think again. Another billionaire gave him what? $120 million to pay the troops during the shutdown.
Now, how do you do that?
Yeah, how do you do that? I mean, what is he going to get back? I mean, why would he give $120 million to the government to pay the troops if he wasn't getting something back?
Yeah, $120 million to do that. What is he doing? I mean, when has the United States government ever asked private citizens to help pay for its troops?
To pay for the troops.
Now, no one's even said anything about that.
Yeah.
No one said. That's the problem I have with the United States right now, and I just have a deep problem with that. It's very troublesome, disturbing in a lot of ways that no one's even saying anything about this.
Nothing at all.
And they just don't say nothing about it. Republicans and Democrats, they ain't got the nerve, or that's the word I would use for this show right now. But it just seemed like I said during the first hour, I said about billionaires. You keep mentioning billionaires. See, when I was young, it was like $1 million meant a lot.
Right.
That don't mean anything.
No.
So, $1 million doesn't mean anything. Billionaires get paid, millionaires play, and anyone else get played.
Right.
So if you don't have $1 million in this country, you're about to get played any kind of way you look at it.
Right.
Whether or not you're getting a tank of gas or anything else, or your tax dollars.
Right.
If you got $1 million, you're playing in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get more.
Well, wait a minute. You playing in the game, but you ain't no major player.
No, because only person getting paid
Or the billionaire.
is a billionaire.
Right.
Billionaires pay.
Right.
Millionaires play.
Right.
Everyone else gets played.
And you know what? We haven't even talked about, right? We haven't even talked about the $230 million that he's trying to get from the government to cover his alleged expenses when he was investigated for trying to bring down the Capitol,
Yep.
withholding classified documents,
Yep.
trying to get the people in Georgia to overturn the election there.
And when I did on my Ed Gray political page, I put your information on there as well because we're partners in this. And I put it on there, and we got some guy from St. Louis who has his own radio, podcast, TV show. He got on us both about that. Come talking about, yeah, he can do that. No, he has enablers who will go ahead and make up a lie
Right.
to protect him.
Right. But and the dude said he could do what?
Shoot somebody on Main Street, right?
Oh, okay. Well, no. But the thing is, he's going to try to get $230 million for his expenses, and the person who's making the determination of whether he should get this $230 million used to be his criminal defense attorney. Now, what kind of setup is that?
They citing the Hyde Amendment for that. What that mean?
Yeah. I mean, $230 million. So you do wrong, but we supposed to pay $230 million to you.
Well,
that's a perfect example. He not for the people. He's using the office to do what?
To enrich yourself.
To enrich himself and to line his pockets, right? Now, we talking about how all the corruption's going down, right?
Right.
How he's lining his pockets. And we coming off the shutdown, right? Where he didn't want to do what? Come up with some subsidies for people to have health care. And so he said, well, you know what? And just to show you how cruel this man is, right?
He is cruel.
To show you how cruel he is, when the shutdown occurs, then he decides, well, you know what? I'm going to use this as a chance to start firing people, even more people, to make it harder on them, right? He then decides when the SNAP funds are about to run out, he decides, oh, hey, I'm not going to send the SNAP funds out at all. Now, we just went through how he talking about trying to get $230 million for himself. He's getting all this money that's coming to him. But when people are trying to get on average $187 a family, right? He has gone all the way to the Supreme Court to try to keep people from getting $187. Now, he wants to say, well, those just Democrats that want this money. But most of the people who are on SNAP are his people. But he doesn't care about people.
Hold on. His people, what do you mean?
People who are probably insurrectionists or MAGA folks or working class people who think for some reason that Donald Trump speaks for them.
What do you mean working class people?
Well, working class people who don't have professional degrees, who probably work with their hands or do trades and things of that nature, that think that Donald Trump is for them.
Okay, so working class, you mean white people?
Well, they could be white or black, because I have.
Good, thank you, because I have a problem with that.
I have talked
Not
to some,
you, but I'm just saying this is how the press do it. Because they'll say what you just said earlier. And the pundits and all these academics, they'll say working class white people. That irritates the hell out of me. There's that pop. It irritates the hell out of me to say working class white people, because you just proved the point. I have some black people who are working class too, but they
Right.
never say anything about working class black
Right,
people.
because, I have had discussions with working class black folks who have said that they thought Trump was, that he was for the, for the working class people.
Because you say working class, but
Yeah.
but it is normally when they say working class, they normally mean white people.
Well, yeah, that's what they try to
That's
say.
that's what they try to say.
But there are a lot of working class people who white, black, Hispanic, who get benefits, right?
But if you black and you get benefits, you consider poor.
Yeah. But if you white, you work
Quick
class.
work. Okay, that's
All
it.
Okay,
That's it, Counselor. That was it.
I can
Thank
go
you.
with that.
All right.
So the thing is though, he's cutting those things out, just being cruel, right? Then he goes with this whole tariff thing, and he wants to tell us that these tariffs are being paid by the other countries. But what did he do just today? He came out today and he cut the tariffs on beef. He cut the tariffs on coffee. He cut the tariffs on produce, things of that nature. Now, he says Donald Trump is right about everything. So if it's not making the prices go up because we're not paying it, why is he cutting those things now? Because we're talking about the affordability issue that was so prevalent in this past election last Tuesday. Right? So, we've segued. So we talked about how he's corrupting himself, right? By lining himself with money, and how he's strangleholding the working class people as it relates to not being able to allow them to make money, right?
Right.
Let's like he did with the farmers. With the farmers, he comes in, he gets rid of USID, the international program that feeds people around the world. So he basically said we don't need to feed these poor people everywhere else. But the benefit was that our farmers were able to sell their grain and produce through the government to these other countries and be able to do what? Make sure that they were making money so they could stay in business. That revenue stream, gone.
Dried up.
Gone, just totally. He then puts tariffs on China. China says, all right, you want to put tariffs on us? We won't buy soybeans anymore. So China was buying $27 billion in soybeans. They have not bought any until like a week or two ago.
How many?
$27 billion worth of soybeans. Farmers, it was just on 60 Minutes last week, committing suicide. Farmers losing their farms. Farmers going bankrupt.
Over a little bean.
Because they have nowhere to sell their beans.
That creates soy sauce.
Yeah, they nowhere to sell the beans. $27 billion worth of money that would be going to the farmland rural community is not there. On the flip side, the tariffs have also done what? Increased their costs. Because them big old machines and stuff, them combines and tractors and all that, tariffs are on those, and they're raising the prices for those. So it costs more for me to be able to operate, but I don't even have any place to sell my stuff now. But he's like, oh, okay.
And you talking about tariffs, let's talk about what's on. Most Americans, when they think about soybeans, they think of what I just said, soy sauce. I mean, I can only eat so much soy sauce.
Right.
Think about the other things you mentioned, coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't grow coffee in the United States.
None, not at all.
None. All of the coffee, ladies and gentlemen, is imported from other countries.
Right.
So when you end up having that, the cost of Folgers goes up. The cost of Ubang goes up. All of this costs. And then what also costs, the cost of coffee at Starbucks go up.
Right.
And then Starbucks started laying people off as they did last week.
Right, yeah. And I mean, they had last week or last month, they said they had more people laid off throughout the country than they've had since what? The Great Recession or something of that nature.
But we would never know because the people who count these numbers, they're not at work anymore.
No, they're not at work because during the shutdown, and you know what?
And they haven't been reporting anyway because he's damaged the reporting systems over
Well, you know what? I don't think they're going to start back reporting.
I don't think so either.
You know, because he doesn't want them to report. It's just like during COVID. When the COVID cases were increasing, rather than trying to address the issue of stopping
We're not counting
COVID
anymore.
He said, let's stop the testing. If we stop testing for COVID, then the COVID cases, it won't seem like it's that bad. If he stops doing the employment statistics, then doing what? Then we don't know how bad it's getting because he's telling everybody now
It's good.
that everything's good, that this is the greatest thing, that this has been the greatest 12 months, that the things that you're feeling in your pocketbook are just your imagination. It's what was that used to say that? It's just a figment of your imagination. It was some cartoon.
I don't know. You got me.
Yeah. I think it was a Looney Tune, but whatever.
Well, it's a Looney Tune that it fits what we're talking about
'cause
because Donald's a duck anyway.
Yeah, he's a duck. But the thing is this, and you know what? For all the brothers that went over and decided that they wanted to go and we wanted to listen to Trump and we wanted to go and we wanted to vote with him because we did not want to support the black woman because
she's black, she's a
black,
woman,
she's
and I
a
don't want a
woman
black woman telling me what to do.
All of that kind of stuff. Just think about this. The black unemployment rate has gone up to about 7.6. And that was at the last time they actually had the statistics 2 months ago. It's probably higher than that now. But you all were being short-sighted about voting for a woman that you didn't want to vote for her, that you decided you were going to go give 23% of your votes to Trump.
23%.
23%.
Black men.
Black men.
23%.
Crazy.
Went with a racist.
A racist.
They went with a Klansman.
Klansman.
That's sad.
Somebody that's reinstalling
Y'all be
Civil
ashamed
War
of yourself.
monuments.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Right.
Going around wearing Malcolm X hats and everything, talking about we shall overcome and
Right.
everything, but voting with somebody who's like George Wallace.
You know what? If it wasn't against the law, probably needed to be shot and done. Just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It is.
But you know what though, Ed?
What's that?
I got a little hope though.
You got hope.
I got some hope.
What you got?
I got last Tuesday is what I got.
What happened last Tuesday?
Man, we had the elections in New Jersey. We had the elections in Virginia. We had elections in Michigan. We had elections that were in Georgia. Dude, it was a Democratic tsunami that hit last week. And I'm telling you, if we play this right, we can make sure that we can get both houses of Congress this coming year.
We can't get the Democrats mad. They got the Democrats, the other man, the cave in.
No, then you know what? I'm gonna take issue with you on the cave-in. All right,
Okay.
let's talk about it.
Talk to me.
All right, the Democrats decided that they were going to not participate in the government because they wanted the subsidies to come back up, right?
Right.
To be reinstated. Now, the thing that I like about this is that the best predictor of the future is the past.
That's a political statement.
All
You
right.
got it.
So what you've done in the past is usually going to be the predictor of what you're going to do in the future. Okay. And the one thing I know about Donald Trump is he is stubborn-headed, and he thinks he's the smartest person in the whole wide world. Now, the shutdown illuminated the issue of the subsidies and the increase that's about to hit the American citizens' pocket. We have, the Democrats through the shutdown have really, really focused on that issue. And at this point, people are receiving these new premium increases, which are substantial. I know, even though they said, well, we're going to vote on this in the first week in December, right?
Right.
I know Donald Trump is not going to allow the Republicans to modify or change those subsidies. And that means that the American citizens are going to be paying those high premiums for the 2026 year. And it is going to be an onerous situation that has been highlighted by the Democrats.
Right.
And so as we go through that ties into this whole corruption. It's all about him and lining his pockets, and we're not trying to help the citizens of America. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, the one thing we got to do, right? Because, like I said, it was a tsunami. We won in Virginia. The Republican won last time. The Democrat won the governorship and won by 15 points. That wasn't expected. In New Jersey, the Republican lost last time by 3 points. This time, lost by 13 points. Going back in Virginia, in their Congress, right? The split, they have 100 individuals in the lower chamber. It was 51-49. Democrats took over. Now it's 64-36, right? In Georgia, you had two people who won on the Public Utility Commission, which was a statewide race. They have not had a person win statewide in a state race in Georgia in over 20 years. And they didn't win by no 1 or 2 points. They won substantially. People see what this man is doing. And we are going to count on him to continue to do what he's doing, right? And it is going to continue to build. Now, I got one thing I want to say before we get out of here. All right? Myself, Ed, and probably each one of y'all out there, when we see these Trumpster folks, we're going to want to tell them, we told you so. You knew I told you he was no good. And guess what? If we take that position, they're going to push back on it. So what we do is we don't say that, right? This is what you say. You got to give them a way out, a way to save face. You say, hey, look, the Trump from the first term is totally different from this guy. This guy has changed on you. He's different now. He's changed. And he's not for you. He's for himself as he's pocketing his real estate. He's for himself as he's pocketing his crypto. He's for himself as he's getting the AT&T gold phone from AT&T. He's for himself as he's asking the taxpayer to pay $230 million for him, while you have to pay extra subsidies extra premiums for your insurance. He's changed, folks. And he's changed for the worse. That's what we got to do.
All right, we'll do it.
You follow what I'm saying?
I follow. So you and Marjorie Taylor Greene been talking.
Hey, man. You know what? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's right. That's right. Hey, so you got anything else you want to talk about?
No, man.
That's
hey, man.
it?
Yeah.
All
just,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I mean, is anything?
No, well, hey, how's our schedule looking now, man?
Well, I know going into December, the third Saturday of the month is going to be the 20th.
Right.
And there are two things that are ongoing. As you know, my nephew is Jason Todd, the head coach of South Oak Cliff.
He's the athletic director over there, too?
No, he's not the athletic director. Just the head coach of the football team, and they have played for the state championship 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
And we're the number one ranked team in the state in our classification.
And one of these days, I'm going to actually get a South Oak Cliff football.
I know, man. I've been working on it, man.
I know. I'm glad I ain't in jail and you trying to work on getting me out.
Well, but the thing is, you ain't paid me to get you a ball.
Oh, man, so I got to pay you now.
You pay me, I get you a
so you
ball.
like Trump now, right? Oh, no. I guess you got your own money, too.
No. You the one that made the comparison about jail. I mean, that's different.
No, but I'm just saying, I guess you got your money, too.
Yeah, well, hey, he's got his own money with his face on it. But anyway, so I anticipate that we're going to be playing for the state
I
championship
anticipate
again.
that, too.
And if that's the case, it'll be on the 20th, and I got to be right there. You know, we always get a suite. We got 25 to 30 Todds up in the suite, man. And you just now the last 2 years been
Let me
the
talk
last
to
2 years,
America right quick.
Hey, the last
Don't you
2
hate when
years
a
ain't
brother
been
just
good.
be bragging?
No, ain't nobody bragging.
You just telling the truth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Come
okay,
on,
that's what
man.
it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
my bad.
All right.
Go ahead.
So yeah, last 2 years haven't been good. So we're gonna turn the switch this year and get that third championship.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
get that third championship. Let's get that third championship.
So I'm gonna probably be busy that day.
All right.
man.
Understood.
Probably,
Understood.
And I think something going on with you or whatever.
Yeah, we still working on this bionics and everything. One knee's been replaced. We working on the other knee. So that's what we do.
You gonna so you get your knee worked on right before Christmas.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be doing much for Christmas, huh?
No.
They gonna have to bring the turkey and the ham to your bed for you.
That happens all the time, Counsel.
Oh really? Oh, you get fed in bed? Oh, okay.
There you go again.
You know what?
There you go again.
I think we might need to sign off.
We get ready to sign off. We will see you guys back next year.
All right, everybody. Hey, appreciate everybody. Legal standpoint. Look forward to the 2026 year.
All right.
All right.
You got your own money, man?
Yeah, sometimes, man.
All right, cut us off.